Oh man,
he's just so good. And then like I feel like it was a cross between just enough A-list,
right,
and just enough B-list.
Because Chevy Chase was in this shit too.
He was the time machine guy.
Yeah, Chevy Chase was
the best cameo.
If you watch Doctor Who, Chevy Chase would be like the Time Lord, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
And he's like giving him riddles and shit, trying to explain the machine. And like Chevy Chase, he plays a bewildered old man like no other. His comedic timing.
That's his new like.
That's his new thing, because it's like he's older now. Like Chevy Chase, I swear, you know what?
Before he was the young guy, because he was Fletch.
Right.
He was the young like Deb. So for him to go from that kind of character to now he's like accepted his fate.
Now with Chevy Chase, I don't know if I've ever said this to any. I never said this on my shows or anything like that, but you know, if the show Dexter went any longer, Chevy Chase would have totally been a fucking villain on Dexter.
Oh, at some point. Yeah, at some point.
Cause like,
or an ally of some sort.
No,
just
he would have been a straight serial. He would have been a main serial killer villain on that.
Because they did the same. Smiley face.
They did the same shit with Gordon Lithgow. Or what? Gordon? It's
John Lithgow.
John. I don't know.
I was like, are we going Gordon Levitt or John Lithgow?
I don't know why I said yeah. They were both on the same fucking show, and that's why I mixed the fucking names. John Lithgow. He played one of the greatest fucking villains in Dexter.
He was season 4.
He was the one where he killed his wife. So yeah, season 4.
He had the fingernail.
No,
not that one. No, who was the fingernail?
The fingernail was that was his brother.
Oh, okay,
that was season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it was.
No, but John Lithgow was like 4 or 5, wasn't he?
Yeah, something in there.
Something in there. He was good. He was very good.
He was scary as shit.
He always is. He's like, he went from whatever the Harry and the Hendersons.
No. Like, fuck that. If you're going to go John Lithgow, he didn't do Harry and the Hendersons first. He was in Footloose. He was the fucking preacher in Footloose.
He was. But he also was a tranny in The World According to Garp.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they decide they got to go back to the regular time. And then there's a twist. With them in the crew is John Cusack's character's nephew. And he doesn't know who his father is. because his mom was just a complete fucking hoe. And like his mom is doing rails of coke. His mom flirted with him. Which was a nod to Back to the Future.
Yeah.
His mom flirted with him and shit and offered him a line of coke and shit.
Yeah, that was insane. It was like a nod, but it was a way dirtier
it was
nod.
A way dirtier. Because Back to the Future has some freaky shit going on, too.
Well, yeah, like, Calvin Klein's.
Still, though, like, first of all, that's just weird.
The Freudian complexes of the whole... But yeah, no, that's all.
Yeah, no, I'm cool on that. But yeah, so he goes back. He doesn't know who his father is, and mathematically he's around that same age. So he's like, "Oh, maybe my mom got knocked up here."
Yeah,
and boy, did she!
She most definitely did.
So in this one, multiverse theory wasn't established until the sequel. But in this one, so Lou is hooking up with his mom. And it turns out Lou is his actual fucking father. Which explains why they kind of fucking hate each other. Now, neither one of them knew that they were related. But that
does now explain why 3 of them were in the hot tub.
Right.
So we just really can't explain what Craig Robinson was doing.
Right. 3 of them in the hot tub was cool. You throw in Craig, and it's just like, it's some weird shit. You know? And I've been somebody's one black friend. You know, I'm typically always the minority in like my group of friends for the most part. Not by choice, it's just by happenstance. But that's just fucking weird. I'm not getting into a hot tub. I'll sit on a beach chair next to it. You know? But so that it turns out that he's his dad and stuff. And then they're like, all right, fuck it. You got to finish fucking his mom, or he's not going to exist.
Right. Then, there we go back to the Future with the picture.
Right. Yeah. So they decide they gotta go back. They figure out how to get the time machine to work again so they can go back to the future. All of them pretty much change their lives and shit. They go back, and then they find out that Crispin Glover got his arm reattached because they got him to the hospital in time and they kept his arm on ice.
Yeah.
John Cusack is married to like the music producer lady that he had met.
Oh yeah, the chick at the Poison concert, kismet moment.
Right,
she gets on the bus and.
Craig Robinson's character, I think his name was Daryl in this movie.
I want to say that's right.
I want to say that.
Let me
look that up. Yeah, I know he was Daryl in The Office, but
yeah, he was Daryl in The Office, which was also one of my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
So
when they
good.
expanded that character, that was the fucking best.
I like it when he goes after the chick that works in the warehouse.
Right.
He doesn't know if it's like the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hot. You hot.
Craig.
Let's get it. His name was Craig in the movie? Damn.
It's Adam is John Cusack. Lou. So it's Cusack had just been dumped. Lou is a hopeless party animal.
Right.
Craig is Craig Robinson, the henpecked husband.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's get back to that. Yeah. So like his problem in the movie, his wife was cheating on him, I guess.
Yeah.
And he found out about it. So he needed this weekend too. My man, he goes back to 1986. He picks up a phone and he calls his wife, who's all of 6 years old. He was drunk as hell. He calls his wife
He's drunk and sad.
He's drunk and sad. He's like, I know you fucked up. You licked this booty.
I know you did.
I know you did it. You licked this booty. This 6-year-old girl is on the phone just like, what the fuck is happening? He goes back. He's this big music producer. And he talks to his wife. He's like, look, I know you cheated on me. He's like, no, I would never cheat on you. Remember that weird phone call I told you about? Remember that weird phone call I told you about? Oh, my God. I forgot all about that. That's right.
Yeah, he goes he tries to hook up with a chick in the hotel room.
He had to. And he was crying in the fucking bathtub.
They're in the bathtub.
Yeah. Oh, another point that they didn't really explore this too much, but when they went back in time, they didn't go back in time as their adult selves. They went back into their younger bodies.
Yes. That's also a weird moment. It's at the beginning of the movie, but once they see themselves in the mirror, and I wish they
would have explored that just a little more. That they walked by more mirrors and stuff, and they saw it, just to give those kids a bit more screen time, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious. Cause they got the black kid from Fat Albert to be
to be Craig.
Yeah, the one that played Bucky. Cause I know all the fucking Cosby Kid characters. Yeah, so they go back. Craig is this huge movie record producer, and Lou decided to stay back.
Yeah,
Lou stayed in the past, and Lou just went off the rails. He stole every fucking idea ever.
Lugal is still my favorite.
Right. He changed Google to Lugal.
He pretty much just made everything Lou. Motley Lou.
Which I have a problem. I have a problem with that. So they went back to 86, right? And he made the band Motley Lou. Motley Crue was already a band at this point, and Home Sweet Home had already been released.
Yeah.
Home Sweet Home came out in 85, I want to say. That was one. Now, it's not a perfect movie. It's called Hot Tub Fucking Time Machine.
But that is a very big
Yeah. I'm like, that's a big gap.
Because that was how they closed out the movie.
They closed out the movie
that song.
with them doing a shot-for-shot Home Sweet Home video. Which was fucking hilarious.
It had the bus. It had everything.
Yeah, it had the stage. It had Nikki, Tommy, and Mickey, too. Everybody was in the grid. I guess he kicked out Vince and added Lou.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe once he came to the band, he's like, I got a bunch of songs that I'm going to kick out.
That Nikki wrote.
He's like got the whole Dr. Feelgood.
Right. Yeah. He tells them to get sober before they get sober and shit.
Right. Well, now I'd imagine with Lou, he just would be like, all right, tonight you can't hear.
Right.
Like
not tonight. This is the night that you might fucking.
Tonight we're all gonna go to rehab tonight.
Have you read that?
Tonight.
Have you read that book?
I've always wanted to.
Now, all right.
Looks really good.
What we're talking about now, for those listening, so we just got into a Motley Crue tangent. Nikki Sixx, the bassist and the head songwriter, former songwriter of Motley Crue, because they're retired now. He wrote a book. Now, he didn't write a book. He kept a diary between 1985 and 1986. Christmas on both ends. It's called The Heroin Diaries. He published it as a book. If you have a chance, if you're ever going through addiction or anything like that, read this fucking book. It is amazing. I read this shit years ago. I think I got the hardcover. That's how old this shit is. That's when I got it. And it's scary. It's insightful. Like, they released 2 fucking albums in that time.
Yeah.
Nicky couldn't remember it. He's like, what the fuck? We had 2 #1 albums? What? How the fuck?
That's a whole different level.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, I'll eat an edible and, like, get a little fucked up. But I'm not nodding out on heroin. I'm not like that. I've never lived that life.
People don't understand that part of the entertainment business. It's like, it's not all money and rags to riches and shit. Like when we all watched the New Edition movie. Did you see the New Edition movie?
I did not.
Yeah, okay. So you know New Edition story, right? So everybody thinks of New Edition. They think of Bobby Brown and how he's been like all on every kind of drug possible and stuff. Nobody saw that shit with Ricky Bell. Ricky Bell has been on some shit for a while, and nobody knew until night 2 of this special. And Ricky was one of my fucking favorites in the group. And I'm like, and that's a big part of Hollywood. Like, you don't know. Some people are outwardly on that shit. And then there's other people you don't fucking know are just like...
Yeah, there's people that are very functional in ways that we don't know when it comes to drugs and pills and shit like that, like all that stuff.
And the way he explained it, he did an interview, the way he explained it was a lot of things. Like, if you've ever struggled with addiction or anything like that, we don't have to talk about that at all, but I've talked about it on my other show with my issues and stuff. But he was like, he's not addicted to the drugs, he's addicted to a feeling. And now he has to try to learn to live outside of that fucking feeling. And like, yeah, a lot of it is like you always chasing some kind of high. It may not be the high from the drugs or anything like that, but if you do something that you love and you might not be able to fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
So.
There's definitely a lot to that, but yeah, I definitely agree that a big part of addiction myself as well is that feeling you just the euphoria of whatever it is for your drug of choice,
or it's like an escape. You just try to forget shit.
Yeah, you never know.
A lot of me
really
if you see me drinking a lot, I'm just trying to forget some shit. I'm trying.
Oh yes, yeah, I've done that route, but yeah. And that's what's funny too, is that in Hot Tub Time Machine they do all. That's how they travel, is they get wasted drunk, and it shows like it's the montage.
And what's weird, what's weird about this movie, and like people, like, first of all, this movie got shit reviews.
Yeah,
this movie got craptastic reviews, but at the same time, in a way, everybody, it was a beginning, a middle, and an end. Everybody's story ended.
Yes.
Like, everything just came together. It's like, okay, I started here, but now I'm here. And this is what I learned along the way.
Yeah.
And that's all I kind of require in a movie. It's like the movie House Party. That shit had a beginning, a middle, and an end. So everything was cool. So that was cool. Y'all should really go check out Hot Tub Time Machine and Hot Tub Time Machine 2. I might come back next week and talk about Hot Tub Time Machine 2. I don't know. But Autumn, you got anything you want to promote before we get out of here?
I have a new podcast coming out myself. This Sunday will be the first one.
Okay.
It's
depending on when y'all listening to this, it might already be up. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's the Clever Nectar podcast, and each week we have a different theme that we will discuss. I'll interview a person that is linked to the topic, whether they embody it themselves or are someone that works in that industry. It's going to be something different every time. We're not going to reveal that until the show.
Got it.
So we like to keep the audience guessing. We like to give them something to be excited about. And hopefully everyone will give that a listen.
Cool.
Because I would enjoy